I'm the itinerant voice actor Carl Bishop for Wise Brother Media, and today I'm really, really pleased to be talking to Cassandra Peterson, who everyone knows as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. You know, I have to say, you're one of the smartest women in show business because
wow.
you combine
Thank you.
you combine two things that are irresistible to the male geek: horror flicks and your own hotness. So congratulations for that. But once you realized how successful that was going to be, like when the formula was coming together, what made you realize that you needed to take control of the character and copyright it? Because you do own the character, right?
That's right. I own it 100%. We never really realized that we needed to do that. We kind of accidentally got the rights over a period of a couple of years when I was working at the local television station where I started hosting.
Wow.
They didn't want to pay me any more money. So instead of paying me more money, we asked for the rights to have a fan club.
Wow.
They gave us that. Then we asked for the rights to appear on other television shows. They gave us that. We continued to ask for rights until all of a sudden, voila, we had all the rights.
And you are here 35 years later as Elvira, and that television station is no longer in existence.
That's right. So thank God, because if I would have stuck with them, the character would be long gone now.
Yeah. Wow. Man, that was such a smart decision you guys made. And well, first of all, tell me how Elvira came to be, because you started your career as as a showgirl, right, in Las Vegas.
I did. I actually started before that as a go-go girl traveling around the country, go-go dancing, and that's when go-go dancing was like the white boots and the fringy skirts, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I started when I was 14. I won a national contest called Hullabaloo Girl. It was a television show, and I won this contest in Colorado Springs, and it got me into go-go dancing. And by the time I was 17, I ended up in Las Vegas being a showgirl. So, yes, I've been working for a long time.
Wow.
I need to retire, I think. Oh, my God.
But now, skipping ahead just a little bit, how was your stint in LA's improv comedy troupe, The Groundlings, formative in your career in this character that you created?
Well, I definitely would not be doing this career if I hadn't spent that time in The Groundlings. I was with them for 4.5 years, and learning comedy improv is really the basis for this character, Elvira, because it's the kind of character where I kind of had to think on my feet and come up with jokes, in a second's notice. So the training I received through The Groundlings was invaluable, and you can probably tell The Groundlings does that for people because they just continue to pump out stars like nobody's business. It's really amazing.
Now, Paul Reubens was a cast member during the time you were there, right?
He was there the whole time I was there, and that's where he developed his character, Pee-wee.
Oh, my gosh. That must have been so cool to see that happen.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, and, the funny thing about Paul, he is so brilliant. He really is. He had 5 or 6 characters that were as brilliant as Pee-wee. That one just happened to hit. So it was amazing. I was not a big character person. I like to call myself the sex symbol of the Groundlings. I played all the parts in the Groundlings where they needed a showgirl or a stripper or a hooker, or I was always getting those parts. But there was a need for those parts, so I had a good, I had my little niche there.
How did the whole thing come to be? As far as the black hair and the black dress and the sort of vampiric thing you had going there. How did that happen?
When I first got the show, the local show, the director of the show came and saw me in The Groundlings, and I had a character in The Groundlings that was kind of like a Valley Girl character. That Valley Girl thing was just happening then when Moon and Frank Zappa came out with the song. And so I had this goofy Valley Girl character I was doing. And he really the director loved that character and said, we want you to do that character, but you have to wear something spooky looking, because you're hosting horror movies after all. So that was very confusing to me. I was like, okay, I'm doing this goofy character, but I'm going to look spooky. All right, whatever you want. You're paying me $300 a week. Okay. So my best friend at the time was an artist, and he and I sat down and tried to come up with a look. And our first way to go was, that we really wanted to go was Sharon Tate in the Fearless Vampire Killer look. It was kind of a dead girl look with a long tattered gown and pale face and long red hair. And when we showed the sketch to the bosses over at KHJ, the studio, they were like, no, it has to be all black. It has to be all black. That shows their imagination, right? So anyway, we turned around and, did what they wanted to do, but we wanted to give it a little 80s edge since it was the 80s, so we kind of made it look a little 80s vibe. The hair kind of has actually a 60s vibe because it was copied after Ronnie Spector of the Ronettes.
I was going to say Ronnie Spector. It looks like that.
Oh, yeah. And so anyway, we just gave it that look, and the two didn't go together at all. And so I really thought this is not going to be around for long.
Was it the TV station's idea or yours to show so much cleavage?
Well, let's see. Robert, my friend who drew the picture, really had that much cleavage in the picture, and I said to him that they are never going to go for this. That he was trying to show off a couple of assets I had, and I said they're never going to go for this, Robert. Show them the picture, but whatever. And of course, they passed the picture around all the heads of the station, and after a few minutes staring at it, they said, "Could you make those slit on the leg higher?"
Really?
Yeah. Local stations, ratings, they'll do whatever they can do.
Yeah. Well, how much do you credit your boobs for your success, would you say?
I credit them about, hugely. I've made a career off of my cleavage for, oh, my God, since I was 14. Go-go dancer, showgirl, and then an actress, getting all the sexy roles. So, wow, if it wasn't for my boobs, I don't know where I'd be right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely an asset for me.
For sure. Now, you're beloved by the gay community as well. You were a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. You began your career performing in gay clubs or drag clubs. How do you continue with your relationship with the LGBTQ community? Do you champion any causes?
Oh, my gosh. I have been aligned with them for so long before... I can't even tell you. I tell people I was raised by a pack of wild drag queens. When I was 14, I was getting all my costume ideas and everything from drag queens. I happened to go-go dance in a gay bar. I was even a drag queen myself for a small period of time. There was a couple of drag queens, 3 of them who were doing the Supremes, and one of them was out one night, and they asked me to stand in for one of them. So here I was being, a girl playing a guy playing a girl, and people thought I was a fantastic drag queen, which I was because of the girl. So I kind of started out that way, but I have been around gay men. The influence that gay men and drag queens in particular have had on my career is amazing. You wouldn't believe it. I actually call myself a drag queen because I feel like one.
Well, yeah, because
I used to dress up as them, and now they dress up as me. So
that's great.
Come full circle.
The way you present yourself too is drag is men dressing up as women, but then also being comedians, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it basically is doing the fun part of it. That not taking yourself seriously. Being it's like the ultimate Halloween costume.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Well, my husband is a huge fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, and he loved you on.
I am too. Thank you.
How did you meet Ru?
God, I have known Ru forever, way before he was really famous.
Cool.
And I just adore him. He's a really great, sweet, genuine person. So I've known him forever. He'd had me on his old TV show that he had years and years ago where he was kind of a talk show format. And then when he got RuPaul's Drag Race, of course, he's had me on a couple times. I've done so many different shows with him, his radio podcast and his show where he drives around in a car and we do interviews. But I'm a big fan of his, and he's a big fan of Elvira's, so we're kind of like a little mutual admiration society. And we also have a lot in common in that he and I and maybe Pee Wee Herman are part of a very exclusive little club, We're 3 of the only people who kind of own our own characters, and we're very, very different people outside of those characters.
And you're all self-invented. I mean, you guys came up with your own idea.
We did. So it's wonderful. It's pretty unique, and we're all, and especially me, are very lucky to have that going for us.
Well, I just love your story, and now people can take a look back on 35 years of you in pictures. You have a coffin table book, as you like to say, coming out with 350 pictures of you as Elvira throughout the 35 years of your career. So is that available now?
It is. It's available. It came out this month on October 5th, and you can get it at elvira.com or tweeterhead.com,
Cool.
which is a company that put it out. And it's in all the major bookstores right now, too. I'm going to be doing some book signings coming up at various Barnes & Noble stores around the country.
Excellent. Are you going to be in New York?
Yes, we're trying to plan one right now. So can't wait to go to New York. I haven't been there doing an appearance for a long time.
I'm broadcasting from the CBS Broadcast Center in the crime-free Upper West Side of Manhattan. So
awesome.
I
used
there.
to live in the Upper West Side.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, I lived in New York for a year. I was over on Central Park West, 85th and Central Park West.
Oh,
I think.
lovely. It
was lovely. I didn't have the money to afford it. I worked 3 jobs a day, and oh man.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much. You've been so generous with your time, Cassandra. I really appreciate it. And before we go, just one more quick question. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, you're a master marketer of your character. I mean, you've the Halloween costumes among them. You've had a beer. You have a wine coming out, a Macabre, is it?
Yes, it has been out. Yeah.
What is the most bizarre thing that you've sold with your image on it? Would you say?
Yeah, I've sold just about everything with my image on it that you can imagine. I just think the weirdest one was one of those smelly things that you hang in your car.
Really?
I mean, it's like, what is that supposed to smell like?
Yeah, what did it smell like?
I don't know what the hell it smelled like, but I can't even tell you. We don't want to know.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But I thought that was a pretty odd thing to have, but I've had everything from pinball machines. I have a new slot machine out this month.
Oh, that's great.
The things just keep going.
Oh, so you're back in Vegas after all.
I'm back in Vegas. It's my 4th slot machine there, so I'm really happy about that.
Excellent. Oh, man, thank you so much. Cassandra Peterson, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, giving you much love over the phone.
Thank you, Carl. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Yeah, you too, and have a happy Halloween.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that's it. Another episode of The Itinerant Voice Actor with me, Carl Bishop. Special thanks to Johnny and Robert at Wise Brother Media, celebrity booker Paul Adamo, my partner in crime David Levin at Brainstorm Inc., and the super talented Noel Honig at the Drawing Room NYC, who created the logo for us. More episodes of Itinerant Voice Actor coming soon. Thanks for listening.